What is up, everybody? My name is Hyken, and I have been streaming here on YouTube since about May of last year, and it's been fine, but let's be honest here. YouTube gaming slash YouTube's gaming live streaming and live streaming in general really needs some work. Before we get into all of that, I would just like to drop a quick reminder to hit that like button and that sub button. If you're enjoying the video or find it informative and valuable in any way, the likes and subscribes really do help me out. Alright, so this video is going to be a lot of talking, so I'm actually going to minimize my cam here, or put it off in a corner or something, and put some Valorant gameplay up on the screen for you to enjoy. This is from my stream, so just sit back, relax, and listen to my soothing words. I am going to be looking at my screen here. I've got a script on this, so I don't miss anything. I want to make sure I talk about everything. I'll also be putting some graphics up on the screen to kind of help illustrate my various talking points. All right, so my first point here, this is where we need to start. YouTube gaming needs to be easier to find, or a more prevalent part of the website. Look, I grew up on Where's Waldo, so I love hide and seek as much as the next person. But with YouTube gaming, I don't want people to have to look for it. It shouldn't be a game of hide and seek. It should just be right there and easily accessible, right? So right now, you have to go on your left bar underneath all of your subscriptions. There'll be the little button that says YouTube gaming, and that's kind of a really bad place for it. I don't know about you guys. I normally don't have my entire over 1,000 channels that I'm subscribed to fully extended. There is a collapse option there, so I will see it, but people that keep theirs extended, they're not going to see YouTube gaming ever. Never gonna happen. So you go onto this gaming page, which is just kind of outdatedly designed. I don't want to say it's poorly designed, but it just feels kind of outdated, like it's definitely a few years old, because it is a few years old. So you get some of the top games, you get a bunch of gaming related videos, not really a ton of live streams. But then if we hit the see all button right here, we'll just click on this game, and then we can click on all the live streams. This is a lot of hoops to jump through to get to a page where I see all the live streams, which is why a lot of people don't even bother. A lot of people, they're like, oh, I want to watch a gaming live stream, so they just click on Twitch, and I really can't say I blame them. Now, we do need to acknowledge that if you are already subscribed to a channel, you will see when they're live either on your homepage in your recommended, or it's on the left side of the screen at the top of their list of subscribers. So there is some kind of discoverability there, but also not really, since they have to be subscribed to you to begin with. Oh, and speaking of live content, if you want to watch me stream, I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday or Sunday at noon Pacific Standard Time. That's West Coast time. I unbox mice, keyboards, build keyboards sometimes, and I play Valorant, so make sure that you drop by if you want to hang out. Also, if you have any questions or you just want to discuss the stuff that I'm discussing in this video, that's a really great place to do it, because that way you can get live feedback and we can basically have a conversation. It's a little bit better than comments, but of course comments are always welcome, so if you do have any thoughts about this video, you are more than welcome to drop it down in the comments section below. Number 2, we really need live previews. I'm talking, I put my mouse over a thumbnail and the stream starts playing a few seconds, no audio, just like a regular YouTube video preview. Live streams actually do this already, but only if they're finished and reprocessed and uploaded, right? So we kind of need live previews. Thumbnails are great and all, and they're a very YouTube thing, so I'm not going to say we need to get rid of thumbnails entirely, because we don't. But what we do need is some way for people, potential viewers, to see what the stream actually looks like. You can get somewhat of an idea based on the thumbnail, but you don't know what the stream actually looks like. You don't know if they're literally just gameplay. You don't know if they're gameplay in a webcam. You don't know if they're this incredibly extravagant stream design. You have no clue just by looking at it. This is one major advantage that I don't think people are talking about enough, that Twitch just has over YouTube, and it's really massive, because I know that I don't like watching a stream if I don't know what I'm going to be getting myself into by clicking on the stream. I don't think that I'm alone in thinking like this either. Look, the bottom line is that giving a preview gives people a very low commitment way to preview a live stream. And I think that this feature would be beneficial to big live streamers like Dr. Disrespect even, not just people like me who are streaming for 10-ish average viewers. Number 3, and this one kind of ties in with number 1 a little bit, but we need a YouTube gaming redesign, not just a relocation. I could honestly make an entire video on this one alone, and if you want that video, by the way, please let me know down in the comments. But just scrolling down the page, I think that previews at the top of the page is a great try at making something like the Twitch homepage, but the aspect ratio crops out so much that it just looks a little weird. Like when I was writing this script the other day, I was watching Dr. Disrespect and all I saw was like "hear up" on his head, and it just looks funny, and it doesn't really make me want to watch his stream. Like, Doc is very entertaining, I love watching his stream, but if I just saw the top of his head, I don't think I would click on it. Next up, so the top live games section, this should be bigger and it should show more games. I really don't like that you have to hit the arrow to see 6 more games. These 6 should really just be underneath the first row. We should have a top row of 6 and then a bottom row of 6. I don't really think that's too much to ask, but yeah, it just needs to be a bigger and more prevalent section. Oh, and better yet, why not just highlight 3 or 4 of these games with their own section down below that maybe shows you a live preview of a few of the top streams, or just a few random streams, or a few recommended streams by the algorithm from that gaming section for you. Maybe if you watch a ton of Valorant and Apex Legends video, it shows you Valorant and Apex Legends, and it picks a couple streamers from that category and just shows you live previews that you can click through. Sounds pretty good, right? So the next section down is a bunch more recommended videos, and I don't really know if this belongs here. I would kind of like to see more live streams here. The thing about the recommended videos section is that that's already what the rest of YouTube is. You don't need to go to YouTube Gaming to see a ton of recommended videos. If you already watch gaming content, your homepage is already going to be filled with recommended videos relating to gaming. So this section should really just move to the base YouTube homepage, and we should get a greater focus on live streaming on here. I know that YouTube Gaming is for all things gaming, I get that, but really the rest of YouTube already has a ton of recommended content on it. I don't know if this section is really necessary. And then if we go into one of the games, again, there should be more than 6 live streams showing right away. Like, again, we should have 12 here. There should be 2 rows of 6. 6 is barely any choice when it comes to live streams. I know that you have to hit the arrow to see more. I'm not an idiot, but I mean, I would just like to make this a little bit easier, because chances are people are just going to see one of the first 6 live streams and just click on that. Why not give people more options, especially when you have the space? Okay, I need to stop myself here on this subject, or the rest of the video is just going to be about this. So, again, if you do want a video dedicated entirely to redesigning YouTube gaming, please just let me know down in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to make that. Number 4, the live stream viewer needs some improvement. If we go here and we watch one of my live streams, we'll see that this entire interface is just copied and pasted from the video viewer with the addition of a chat. I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing until we get to the theater mode. It's good that this is fairly familiar to YouTube, that this looks like a YouTube video, because YouTube has this look, and I think it's very important that they stay on brand with that same look. However, when you go into theater mode, the chat gets pushed underneath the stream. Like, come on! You can't watch the stream like this if you want to keep up with the chat. You just can't. The most frustrating part about this is that there are black bars here. That means that there's space for the chat. They just are too lazy, or they just haven't gotten to putting it in yet. Oh, this one makes me so mad, because it seems like it's such an easy fix to just have a good theater mode where you can have the stream be a little bit bigger than the default viewer and still be able to watch the chat. I really don't think that's asking for too much. It would also be kind of nice if you could drag and drop the chat on the other side of the viewer if you would like to. I know that not everybody would do this, but I think it'd be kind of a cool feature to have and fairly doable. I think that a good theater mode, or some better way to view the streams, needs to be one of YouTube's top priorities right now, because it's kind of inexcusable how bad this theater mode is. Again, I really do like how this uses the like system, for instance. It helps the YouTube algorithm recommend your content, which can be very helpful for viewers growing. I get people coming into my chat that say that they've never seen one of my videos before, but my live stream got recommended to them, so they clicked on it. And that's great. That's what YouTube is for. The algorithm is awesome for promoting good new content to people, and I don't think that that part should change. God, the theater mode makes me so mad. Number 5, built-in clipping for viewers. Man, this is another huge one that I just can't believe that YouTube hasn't fixed this already. There is some way for like me to do it for my stream, but it's very clunky. It's not as good as clipping on Twitch is. I actually have a button set up on my number pad that just automatically saves the last 40 seconds. It's a replay buffer. Some of you guys probably use that too, because clipping on YouTube is just, it's virtually non-existent. This one really just has so much potential to go beyond just giving streamers a clip that they could post on Twitter or whatever. If clips were browsable in some way, shape, or form, I'm not saying that we need to put clips into like where all the regular video content is so that people have a ton of clips showing up in their recommended feed. People might get annoyed by that, but having some way where you can just sit and browse through clip after clip after clip after clip. This is something that Twitch needs to add too, by the way, but some kind of clip viewer that's very addicting, like TikTok or Instagram Reels or whatever you think of that. It's the same idea as TikTok, but either way, it is kind of addicting, discoverable content that you could just scroll through for hours and hours and hours. That would help so many creators out on literally any live streaming website, not just YouTube. For instance, if they redesign the YouTube gaming homepage, that would be a great spot for gaming clips. Could you imagine having like 12 of the top games, 12 recommended live streams, and then down below it, a whole section dedicated to top clips for like the past 24 hours or something like that? I think that this could really help YouTube content creators and make YouTube live streaming even more viable. Okay, so that kind of wraps everything up here. I do want to remind everybody that there is a very good chance that YouTube does not change anything with YouTube gaming. They might not care. At the end of the day, YouTube is a business, so they're not going to do something if it's not going to help them make a ton more money. And at this point in time, they might not think that live streaming is the best decision for them to be investing in. I don't know why, because it seems like live streaming is incredibly popular, especially because they paid Valkyrie and Courage JD, those are two that I know of off the top of my head, to switch to YouTube. So they're obviously investing money into this. It baffles me that they haven't improved their viewer yet. So we'll just kind of see what happens with all of this. I would really love to be proven wrong here and have YouTube roll out a ton of changes to make live streaming better on YouTube, but I'm not holding my breath. Okay, that's gonna go ahead and do it for me, everybody. Again, if you enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate it if you could drop a like and subscribe and consider turning on those notifications as well. And yeah, all right, cool. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
Quiet now. Enemy spotted. Reloading. Last player standing.
I right here in the head.
Shot down. One enemy remaining.
Oh.